Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Brian again, and today is 9/11. And as you see, my kids have done some special little things for today, as 9/11 is something near and dear to my heart. And so today's topic for me is more of like a community thing. As many people know, there was a lot of tragic things happened 18 years ago today. And honestly, it impacted everyone in the United States and even the entire world. And honestly, to this day, I remember it mainly because I was in high school. And honestly, to be frank with everything, I don't ever want to forget. But on top of that, I also don't want to make this a political video either, because that's not my point. My point for this video is to make this more of a sharing topic, more of a open discussion kind of thing, and so that people are more aware of how it impacted you personally, instead of more of like making this more of a weird thing for people, a stigma, if you may say. For me, I would like to start off on how it impacted me and what I was going through and where it happened for me as well. So, to begin, I was sitting in my speech class very early, started my high school, routine, got into school, started my thing, and out of nowhere, my speech teacher just runs out of the room. All of us students just started looking around at each other like, what's going on? Like, uh, we're just like baffled of what's going on. And then we don't see her for like a good 15 minutes. It's just gone. And so someone decided to peek out the side of the door and saw her just sobbing, just crying hysterically outside in the hallway. And she was talking with another teacher, and then they let us know what was going on. And at the time, we had these big two box TVs in the side of the corner on one of our uh, classrooms. And she turned on the news, and that's what we watched the rest of that classroom period. I cannot remember if it was a 45 or an hour and a half period. I think because we had 4 periods a day at my high school. I know some high schools have 7 or something like that, but in my high school it's 4 periods a day, so it's probably an hour and a half class. So I saw most of the coverage that day during my speech class, and my teacher was kind of just in the hallway most of the time. It was hard. It was very hard because I think she probably knew someone in New York and was probably afraid of what was going on there and who and where her family was. Um, she took it the hardest. I think not too long after that, she had someone take over her class and left for the day and kind of just did her thing. I also remember not too long after that class happened, it was right before the first tower fell. I was dismissed to my math class as Algebra 2. I'll never forget this. And during that time, we got into Algebra 2, and I started seeing a lot of my classmates dismissed for the day, like their parents were coming to get them. Uh, I was one of very few people left in the school by the time the end of the day was done. But I was in math class, and my math teacher said, no matter what's happening in the world, even as devastating it is, we still got to do math. I will always remember that comment. Not to fault the teacher at all. That's not what I'm doing with this comment at all. But I remember her because, at the end of the day, we still got to do our studies. And I trust and believe that that's what her intent was behind that. So we did kind of a short math class, did our testing that we were supposed to do for that day. And then after that, she turned on the news, and exactly not a minute later, we saw the first tower fall. And it was kind of a surreal moment for me. Um, just at that moment in my mind, I kind of just saw everything flash before my eyes personally, only because at the time my daughter Destiny was just born. Yes, I was a teen parent. It's something that happens to everyone. Not everyone, honestly, but something that happens to certain people and that make certain choices. But you know, I know I think I've done pretty well for my life. But anyways, um, And so I was thinking, well, I'm about to be 18 soon, and I might have to be, either I'm going to be drafted or it's going to be wartime. That's kind of where I thought the country was heading. Like it was going to be a major war. It turned out to be kind of the opposite for me personally. It was a war on terrorism. Bush said he was going to do war on terrorism, but it was not like a major world war that I was thinking through my mind. I was going to the extreme. I was a teenager at the time. I was thinking just crazy, extreme things that were going on. I was, even thought in the process that I was going to die in war. Like that's, what am I going to do? But, at the time I also thought I was going to serve my country. Well, life turned me a different way, and life was going to change how I lived my life, honestly. So that's how it impacted me. And every year, to remember the families and people that affected, I watched the movies. I watched things. I watched the documentaries. I read up upon it. Anything that I may have never learned or I may have forgotten, only so that I can never forget. Never forget. But on today's note, I would like for y'all to either comment, share, like, describe your experiences. Follow me on Twitter at Nimrez, NIMREZ. And you can do that on Instagram as well. Share a post or anything to kind of give me your experience of what happened to you, or if you remember, if you were too young at the time, if you remember a family member that went through or anything like that, or if you knew somebody that was there in New York at the time. I would love to hear from that. I would love to hear a different perspective and, finding out what exactly happened to them in their personal life. Because, talking about it and having that community and kind of really spreading the word versus having a different kind of like, what I've seen on social media and stuff like this, on Islamophobia and all this crazy stuff that's happening. That's not what this intent is for. This intent is to share people's experiences of what happened on this day for them 18 years ago on a Tuesday, even though today is a Wednesday, but 18 years ago that happened to them. That's their personal experience and how it impacted them. Because honestly, even though the people in New York, the people that lived it, had a most tragic experience, and I'm never going to take that away from them, but I feel that everyone had their own story to tell based on the way it happened and impacted them as well. So, well, I hope you like this video. If you do, please click the like button. If you want to be subscribed to my channel, I have more videos to share, and come on down and join my gang. Just kidding, not a gang. Anyways, well, I hope y'all have a great and amazing day. Enjoy the day today. Bye.